record. I'll turn it over to you, Ralph.
Okay, this is our third quarterly Board of Directors meeting. We hold these meetings in accordance with our bylaws. Basically, this is an opportunity to share with our membership what's been going on with ISSIP and what the status and future direction is. I wish we had more attendees. Perhaps one of the things we can comment on today is that we have a lot of new programs, a lot of new initiatives, exciting things going on, but we're not sure that the membership is broadly or totally aware of all of this. And so one of our initiatives going forward is to do a better job of internal marketing. Anyway, this meeting is being recorded, so members can log in and review these slides and what we're saying and get up to date on some of these initiatives. As you can see here, Haluk and I are going to talk about some new programs. We've got new educational programs coming on board with IBM and Cisco, a Discovery Summit coming up, and a lot of other interesting things. So to get all that done, I'll let Yasi talk about the Red Dot Award.
Actually, why don't you just give us a highlight of last quarter?
Okay.
Yeah.
Last quarter, we announced in the middle of summer that we were getting ready to launch a Service Innovation Award, which we have launched. This is an award that's available to any ISSIP member who can submit a very short write-up about an innovation and service that either they or a company they work for instituted. At the end of the year, we'll review those submissions and pick the best one. We also launched an innovation research program, which is a collaborative program between academic members and industry members of ISSIP. The purpose being to generate student projects that companies and institutional members are really interested in pursuing. And ISSIP, being the overarching networking organization, is in a position to bring those parties together in a very efficient way. The education programs that I mentioned, Haluk and I will talk about more. We already have offered several educational programs. What we're doing is putting together a framework and a policy for doing that on a regular basis, and building out an ISSIP educational curriculum, much like other professional societies have, complete with badging and certifications. ISSIP continues to hold discovery summits. We have one coming up, a very exciting one coming up before the end of this year. We're also well represented at various conferences like HICS and AHFE and so on. And we are pursuing the internationalization. Yasi can talk more about this. We do have contacts. The Swiss chapter is up and running, and we've got a good working relationship with them. We're looking at doing a lot more with Japan and Korea, as well as the UK and more generally all of Europe.
Thank you, Ralph. So it is my pleasure to announce that ISSIP Service Innovation Framework, in fact, this is a work that has been led by the Service Innovation Framework SIG, has won its second award this year, this being the very prestigious Red Dot Award that basically started, the work started a couple of years ago with the leadership of Heather Yorko and DJ Chrisman from Cisco, who partnered with Dr. Gerhard Gudergen from Aachen University to put together what we now call people-centered innovation methodology, or matrix. It's all in flow still. And then at some point a few months ago or last year, we partnered with Savannah School of Design, Dr. Mauricio Manhees and his students to turn the tools that we had created for people-centered innovation methodology into a playbook. And they did a fabulous job of turning that into a playbook. And that playbook has won the Red Dot Award. And of course, this work wouldn't have been possible without Jim Sporer's input in the collection of tools that exist for service innovation. Basically 3 years ago, one afternoon, he jotted in the back of an envelope a whole list of tools that exist out there that led to a research that eventually led to this the set of methodologies and then this playbook. So this is a great accomplishment. Thanks to, again, Heather, DJ for their leadership, Gerhard and Mauricio for their contributions, and Jim and everybody else that has contributed from the Service Innovation Framework, SIG. So the next item on the agenda are the two programs. One of a couple of programs that Ralph mentioned, and Ralph is leading those. So I'll turn it back to Ralph to say a few more words about these two programs.
Okay, these programs were announced over the last couple of months. We announced them in our newsletter, and we sent out emails to all the ISSIP membership with the call and the announcement. And if you want more information about these two items, you can find it on our website. The full listing of the announcement is found there. The ISSIP Innovation Award is more broadly named the ISSIP Excellence in Service Innovation Award, which was created to promote and recognize outstanding examples of service innovation. And this award would apply to any kind of service. It can be an IT-enabled service. It can be an IT service itself or an IT-enabled service. Any vertical is admissible. Anything from healthcare to education to legal services to consulting services, you name it. All we're asking for in the way of submission is a Word document that outlines certain key features of the service, such as what is the context of the service, who the actors and participants are, how does the service co-create value? That's an important dimension there. How long the service has been around, how popular it is, how fast it's growing, and what its impact has been. And also, what is the technical merit of the service? What kind of technologies or innovations are embodied in the service? So we're not asking for a lot of information. I don't think there's a huge burden on people to submit an application for this award. All they have to do is send us a short document. We are also, I should mention that anything that we do in these programs, since ISSIP is a nonprofit organization for the benefit of its users, we will post on our website information about the Innovation Award. And so if there's anything proprietary that you don't want us to mention, please don't put it in the application. And I look forward to getting submissions from ISSIP members, whether they're institutional members or non-institutional members. This is open to anybody. The Innovation Research Program is a little more recent. We announced this, I think, about a month and a half ago. And I'm really excited about this because this brings about a connection between our academic members and our institutional members that has been somewhat lacking so far. So I think this program really pursues the ISSIP mission. We have lots and lots of academic members, more than 1,000, such as myself, who are always looking for opportunities to get our students connected to real-world applications and look at real-world data. And so we were always trying to build these projects, these class assignments, whether they're case studies, term papers, conceptual designs, hackathons, you name it, things for our students to do that will engage them with real-world situations. And we have all these institutional members who have a large number of ideas and projects and proposals or mini research programs that maybe they don't have the time to do and they would like to engage students in them. We also have institutional members who are looking to hire some of our students. They're looking for talented people in the area of service. So this program is, again, very flexible and wide open. If any industry member has an idea for a project that they would like to see students work on, all they have to do is submit a proposal and we can contact our academic members and offer this project to them. And it works in reverse. Any academic member who has an idea for a class project that would require, say, some information or data from industry can make a short proposal. We will connect with our institutional members and try to set up that kind of project. So in a nutshell, that's the Innovation Research Program.
Thank you, Ralph. Can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Okay. Okay. All right. All right. I'll turn it over to Heather, who is the chair of our Strategy Council, to give us an update.
Thanks so much, Yasi. So the Strategy Council, which is comprised of members from Cisco, GE, IBM, and JST, met 4 times in this last quarter. And the purpose of our meetings were really around expanding on our initial charter and looking at the strategy across ISSIP and also to start expanding our activity as a board. So during the meetings and discussions together, our focus really started to move towards industry value acceleration. So really, how are we actively engaging our industrial members and having them contribute more actively, which then, of course, will start to expand the membership and really the contribution that's coming and the value that we're receiving from those members. So there were a few initial things that we started within this particular quarter. One was looking at having remote accessibility to our discovery summits, so making recordings, having them available to folks afterwards, as for people that were not within the Bay Area, that they could also consume those. Also, as Yasi had mentioned before, starting to combine some members of our education and research special interest group along with those from the Service Innovation Framework Group to start looking at building upon the people-centered innovation methodology or matrix. And so we'll hear a little bit more about that coming up. In addition, we've also got, within the next few weeks, our next Discovery Summit is coming up on the future of work. We have some existing as well as some potential new industry members that will be attending that workshop. And we have just fantastic lineup of speakers and presenters from around the Bay Area and really from around the world that will be attending there. Some work that we're looking to pick up going into the 4th quarter is completing the work on our industry feedback loop, so getting feedback directly from our industry members around additional activities or events that they would like to see sponsored by ISSIP. Working on the Discovery Summit playbook, so that way some of our regional and local chapters can start to manage Discovery Summits on their own as well as really looking at how we promote T-shaped education beyond the groups that we're already working with. And that's some great conversations that we've had with Ralph, with Haluk, and with Jim, and looking at how we continue to spread that through the work that we're doing, both with academia and also with some of the conferences that we're working at. Thanks so much.
Hello?
We lost someone.
No, GoToMeeting was very finicky getting me off mute. Sorry about that. I was struggling. Can you hear me now okay?
Yep.
Okay. Sorry about that. We need WebEx. So,
we have some folks from a company that knows the thing.
We can probably arrange that for the next one, Yasi, no problem.
Okay, so next I'm pleased to introduce two outstanding volunteers. The first is Handan Mutis. She has been a program leader in IT for many years with experience in IBM and other companies. And she's now focusing on leading, basically compiling of white papers out of our discovery summits and other events. This is an area that we believe is of great value, and we're really thankful to Handan in leading this effort. So we welcome her and really are grateful to her. The other volunteer is Ted Culsey. Ted is an assistant professor of marketing at Benedictine University, and he's an accomplished author of 10 books in digital marketing and other tech-related books. And he is going to help us in digital marketing and getting our online community, evangelizing our online community that goes hand in hand with what Ralph mentioned, that one of the things is our goals is to do a better job of marketing to our members the different things that go on in ISSIP. So thank you, Handan and Ted, and welcome. Just an update on the ISSIP education program. Actually, I think I went one too many slides. Ralph also mentioned, Ralph and Haluk are leading this effort as part of the ISSIP Education and Research SIG and collaboration with Service Innovation Framework SIG, because things are really nicely coming together of the, from the two work of these two SIGs that has been going on for the last 3-4 years. And so the ISSIP education program is really what is turning out to be is a way of value co-creation between ISSIP, members that are professors and consultants with a track record of offering programs, and then our institutional members. It's really creating a bridge where we can bring the know-how of our academic members with the needs of our institutions. So this is a program that is basically work in progress, and in the spirit of rapid prototyping, as Ralph mentioned, we've had 2 or 3 programs basically going with Cisco, now with IBM, and another one with Cisco being actually just in a very nascent stage. So the status of the program is we just finished 2 pilots with Cisco last year and this year. What you're hearing, the people-centered innovation methodology, is really a workshop that we build around that through the great work of the Service Innovation Framework, SIG. And now we're taking that framework and methodology and really with making that as a framework for ISSIP education. Both Haluk and Ralph are collaborating with Heather and DJ on this, and things are coming together really nicely. And I'm happy that I will be working on the policy side of this myself, because there are lots of different knobs that need to turn here from the point of view of policy. And as always, we like your input. We like our members' involvement in this, in the spirit of doing rapid prototyping. If you have any ideas, please let us know. We are looking for engaging more professors, trainers, consultants. Will soon be looking to really crowdsource this program. So stay tuned, and we are working, looking for more companies to engage in this program. So as I mentioned, the one that is more advanced as a pilot has been one with Cisco and Center for Smart Services. That Dr. Gerhard Gudergen is the director of Center Smart Services from Aachen University. So we've run this now twice, one last year and one this year. In fact, if you go to the link here, the 2016 program, there is a nice write-up about that, about the 2016 program. The one that we just ran for 2017, it ended a couple of weeks ago, and we are still looking for feedback on that. About 10 teams as part of a Cisco Hack IT program, basically started a new internal venture, proposed a new internal venture, so we took them through training, a set of trainings, and also coaching that prepared them to pitch in front of executives. And 10 of them went through our training, and 6 teams basically got our coaching. So we're looking forward to getting some feedback on our program and how well the teams did. I'll let DJ say a couple of words about the time of the finals and stuff. And then at the end, once the finals are completed, we'll issue certificate of completion in people-centered innovation methodology. And DJ, did you want to say a couple more words about this?
Yeah, sure. I think you covered it pretty well, Yasi, but we just had the finals a couple weeks ago here at Cisco, the Hackett Finals, and that's where the teams had an opportunity to present basically their innovation idea pitches to high-level Cisco corporate executives, and they were very well received. And a lot of that, a lot of the reason it was well received is thanks to the work that you and Gerhard did, really helping them build their value proposition, their presentations. The next step really is out of those projects, I believe at least 2 or 3 of them are going to get seed funding from Cisco, sort of Shark Tank style, and hopefully we'll see those projects become, real products and services here at Cisco.
Excellent, thanks. So Ralph also mentioned an upcoming Discovery Summit. So we have one coming this year. It's called Future of Work in the Digital Age. These Discovery Summits are basically about no more than 30 people. It's dues-paying institutional members of ISSIP that have seats at these Discovery Summits, and then we invite they're by invitation only, and we invite prospective new members, and then also invite research faculty that are doing work in the topic area. This year our speakers will be from Cisco, IBM, we'll have Accenture. Happy that we'll have JST there, NSF will be there, and then we'll have speakers from UC Berkeley, UC Davis, Stanford, and San Francisco State. As I mentioned, one outcome of this Discovery Summit is a white paper that Handan Muti is helping us bring together, and we're, as always, very thankful to Professor Stephen Kwan for his support of these Discovery Summits, and of course Dean Dan Moshavi, his support of letting us use the nice facility at San Jose State University, and their continuing support of various ISSIP events and Discovery Summits. So other ISSIP events, we had our workshop basically on T-shapes at the last International Conference on the Human Side of Service Engineering in Los Angeles. We also, as we talked about this last time, we had a workshop, NSF workshop, which in fact we are just in the process of writing its report, and then HICS. And in addition to the innovation roundtables that we talked about last time, we had an event at IBM Almaden with JST. Dr. Yasunori Kimura led the delegation from JST, and we're really happy that they came and visited. So these were some of the events that we participated in this year. Now, some of the events that we have planned this last quarter of 2017 plus 2018, I'm really happy that we are co-sponsoring an event with Citrus. Citrus is a collaboration between UC Berkeley, UC Davis, UC Santa Cruz, and UC San Diego. Basically, the research effort is advancement of IT for the betterment of society. And they're having a conference for women in technology on November 30th, and we're co-sponsoring that. We'll be participating in HICS 2018. We already have 2 workshops, and as always, Haluk, Ralph, and Jim run a mini track, and we're very happy for the second year to be giving out Best Paper Award. Last year we did ISSIP IBM Best Paper Award, and this year we'll be doing ISSIP IBM University of Washington Best Paper Awards. And then we'll continue our support of the conference on applied human factors, and there'll be more details on that. We are also have been exploring discovery summits, another discovery summit with JSC. The location of that is to be determined. And then we'll have at least 2 discovery summits in 2018, and also exploring an event with Korea, Gyecheon University in 2018. On the area of publications, we have, since last time, we have 1 more book in process of getting published. So far we have, it's really impressive, 25 published books from our partnership with Business Expert Press with Haluk and Jim's leadership. And basically what to expect for the second half of 2017 to come out is the report of NSF workshop, which should be done by end of November of 2017, this should say. This is due end of November of this year. And update from the SIGs. I know Haluk said that he has to leave early. So Haluk, do you want to say? I see him offline, so he had to leave early. So basically, as many of you know, the Education and Research SIG has had a great track record of having Wednesday morning presentations. A lot of you get on those on the West Coast early morning presentations. And we're gonna, something that Education and Research SIG decided is basically opening that Wednesday morning series to all the SIGs. And that would really help cross-pollination between the SIGs. And at the same time, in parallel, focusing on growing this people-centered innovation, again, methodology or matrix, that's in flux now, what we are going to call it, but growing that framework into a larger curriculum. So stay tuned with that, and Ralph and Haluk are leading that effort, and the policy side, I'll be helping them. And then we are actually looking for a volunteer to organize the Wednesday morning speaker series, to keep a calendar, and you know, there's no shortage of speakers for those speaker series, but we are looking for a volunteer to program manage that. Update from Service Innovation Framework SIG. DJ or Heather, do you guys want to say a couple of words?
Yeah, sure. I think a lot of it was covered in the prior slides as far as the Red Dot Award, our accomplishments this quarter. We also spent some time reevaluating our priorities for the upcoming year and roadmap. Really, our upcoming goals for the next few quarters involves publication of our service innovation blocks, that Dr. Gerhard Gudegan led. We're targeting hopefully the Journal of Service Science or ResearchGate for that publication this next quarter. Also, sort of figuring out, what platform we could potentially offer our certification award, certification badging program. So, and the Hicks workshop as well. I don't know, Heather, if you wanted to add anything.
No, that's exactly it. And again, just, incredible thanks to Dr. Gerhard Gunegard and his team in, in really being great partners, as well as Mauricio at SCAD and Yasi. I mean, we could not have done the work that we've done. This was it's such a great example of teamwork. And I feel like we're like right at the cusp of having a lot of, 4 years, 4 years of effort, really starting to pay off. So it's just fantastic to see.
Thank you, guys. I don't see Leslie here, just an update on the service design SIG. Leslie and the service design SIG team have been working with Heather and DJ to explore synergies between the two SIGs. And one of the things that Leslie is leading is finding potential institutions that would test some of the tools that Service Design SIG had developed last year, plus the tools that the Service Innovation Framework has developed. And she's been making good progress. Basically, the second stage of a proposal they submitted to Museum of Energy in Detroit has been accepted. Once, if the grant proposal is accepted, then we'll have another way of testing some of the ISSIP tools that basically the two SIGs have developed. Software design networks, software-defined networks. Casimir is not available today. So they have been making a lot of progress, among other things. Their paper has won first place at IBM Tech Connect in last September. So that's also a great accomplishment. One of the things that Casimir and I have talked about is really for him and his team members to speak at Service Innovation Speaker Series, and really some of us would like to learn more about the service innovation angles. SDN is really important in as a technology enabling service innovation, and it would be really great to hear more about that. And Casimir has agreed to that. So we'll be organizing something on that front. And Diane also could not be here, but the membership of the cognitive computing community of interest has grown to 1,070 and more than 110 presentations. And this is a link to the library. You can find it on our website also. So great body of work here at this library on latest research in AI. Our chapters, the Germany chapter will be, we'll start work later this year, or the chapter chair, Niels Feldman. He's finishing his PhD, so things have been a little bit quiet, but we're meeting next month, and in fact, they're in the process of confirming that they will attend our Discovery Summit. The Italy chapter has been very active. The membership has grown to 15 people, and as always, we're thankful to Clara Bassano and Paola Piercio for their support. In addition to University of Salerno, they are recruiting University of Naples and University of Bologna to join ISSIP, and they will be arranging tours to Silicon Valley, which we would be happy to help them with. And then the Swiss chapter, Ralph mentioned the Swiss chapter. They have been very busy. Ralph, of course, spoke at one of their events earlier this year, and they're growing their projects and expert groups, and will continue to look for opportunities to collaborate either in Switzerland or in the US. So, there's just so many volunteers and so many people who are, without their contributions, ISSIP would not be possible. I'm not going to go over the list, and I'm sure I'm missing some names, so apologies ahead of time. But we're really grateful to our volunteers for their hard work of support of ISSIP. And update on the membership. So we are working with basically co-creating a value proposition with 3 companies at this point, and more, but basically trying to engage them in various SIGs or launching perhaps new SIGs in ISSIP. So those are United Healthcare Optum, Accenture, and VMware. I mentioned the University of Naples. And, we continue to engage industry representatives in our various projects and really co-create a value proposition for them to join. Update on individual membership. We have now 1,253 members in ISSIP. We've had about almost monthly 10 people addition. The breakout, it fluctuates 1 or 2, but stays the same pretty much. Majority are half and half company and academics. Students remain at 20%, which is pretty healthy. The challenge really is, and the opportunity really is, to get these numbers more engaged in ISSIP. And in fact, we would love to hear from you if you have other ideas of, if there are things we should be doing that we are not. We would love to hear from you, and things that we should be doing more of. That feedback would be great. And here's the financial updates. Again, I'm not going to go into the details, but as of yesterday, we have a total of 107,500 combined checking and savings account. We do expect couple of invoices to be received this year. So I'll leave this here for a few seconds in case there are Any questions?
Hey, Yasi, what's the number next to NSF workshop? That looks like
it's
45,000?
Actually, that should be, yes, that is. So NSF, we got 45,000 417. So we got a 50K grant from NSF this year.
Okay.
We spent 45. We actually claimed 45,417. We drew from the NSF account. We actually spending is supporting travel budget for those who attended the session. And so we spent.
Yeah, no. So that number, it looks like it's off a digit. I'm just trying to figure out, is it 4,500 or 45,000?
Oh, yeah. Sorry. Thank you for it. The 8 has repeated one too many times.
Oh, I see. Okay, got it. Okay. So we basically spent everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, got it.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. And that's it. So I'd like to open up. We have about 10 minutes for Q&A and discussions. So if you have anything you would like to ask the board, any thoughts, questions, suggestions would be great.
Hey, this is DJ. I have a question. So this is perhaps a question for Ralph. At the beginning of the call, he mentioned plans to increase marketing within ISSIP. Would it be possible to expand on what that means?
Yeah, we sort of discovered or we suspect, for example, that some of our emails that we send out under the ISSIP.org return address are ending up in spam boxes. So some of the announcements that we've made have not generated a large response or any response at all. So that's one issue. The newsletter comes out, and you've all seen the newsletter. The newsletter is a short email with links in it. Evidently, people are not always clicking on those links. And so, and of course, there's a website. But if you're like most people, you're not going to visit the website unless you have some other stimulus to do so. The bottom line, as Yasi said, is to increase participation. We have 1,200 members out there, and as you hear the names of the key players here in these board meetings mentioned, you hear the same names over and over again. And so we have a lot of members. It's a global organization. We have members all over the world representing dozens of universities and companies all over the world, and only a small percentage of them are actively engaged in these projects and programs. And so we're not really fulfilling our mission if people are not engaged. If they're just spectators, they're not really doing what ISSIP was created to do, which was to network service innovators from around the world. So we suspect that we have an internal marketing challenge here that we need to meet more effectively. And we were just beginning discussions on this topic and brainstorming ideas. And if you have any ideas, please, we'll be happy to hear them. Brainstorming ideas to better contact and engage membership.
Thank you.
Any other questions, comments, suggestions? Well, if there aren't any comments, going once.
Good review.
I'm sorry.
I just said good review, Yassi.
Okay, great, thanks. All right, then going once, going twice, going 3 times. Any comments?
Hey, I see Raphael has a question in chat.
Oh, just wondering if there is interest on a Mexico chapter or any other members from Mexico. Rafael, there are members from Mexico, and of course there is interest on a Mexico chapter. We always, being a volunteer-based organization, we need a volunteer to lead that and make sure that getting basically a community going that would need in order for it to become a chapter, really. If you want to know more, send me an email directly. I would be happy to explore that with you. And my email is yassi@isip.org. So Rafael said that it would help to have the details of Mexican members. We can definitely talk about that. Okay. Any other comments or questions? We have 3 minutes. Okay, excellent. Thank you so much. I think, is there a comment or question or suggestion? I guess not. All right, thank you all so much. I now will adjourn the meeting. Bye-bye.
Thanks, Yassi.
Thank you, Yassi.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Thanks all.